Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Taishi reaction. It's been a while. The only other song I've heard from Taishi has been The Shadows, I believe, and that was months ago. But Yakubu and my executive producers wanted me to get to this one, False God. I don't know about this song. I don't know what it's from. If it's from anything, it might just be a standalone release. None of that detail is at all given to me for this one. I'm just here to listen to Taishi. So I'm kind of excited knowing that I loved the last one. The Shadows was really fucking cool. So now I'm excited to hear more, and I'm going to. So without further ado, let's go. We're starting very big on the atmosphere, which I always love. I love that. That's the plucky bass. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Doing like deep house, okay. All right. Not what I anticipated, but also very welcome. Really cool sound design on the synths in there too. Oh, beautiful transition to that. Like war drum rim clicks. Ooh. Also, a side note, great image for this. This is exactly what I would expect to hear from something that's like a futuristic fusion of like a historical story, something that's like a folk tale turned into a sci-fi adventure. Ooh. Getting a little West Asian with the vocals there. God damn. God. That movement and the sound design, that's so good. It's also one of those scenarios where the side chaining on those vocals, in most cases, might be too much. But in this case, it really works. That like, it just kind of fits with the rest of the aesthetic of the song. And it's on beat, so it helps with the rhythm. I really can't tell what language that's in. It sings kind of like Indian, but it might be like Tibetan, somewhere in the in-between of China. It can always be really hard to tell where the music influence is coming from in a world that shares so much of it from so many places. And being left with the atmosphere to let you just kind of process for a second. Damn, 2 for 2, Taishi. Holy shit. Taishi might be becoming one of my favorite EDM producers. Like, I've only heard 2 songs. This is one of those situations where he's made 2 for 2, like I said, 2 bangers for 2 bangers that I've heard. I have no reason to believe that the rest aren't, especially after getting a little bit curious. I went, found his Twitter, and I was like, ooh, and I wanted to see what else was going on. And the first video I see is just him playing around with like physical synthesizers, like straight up patchworking stuff. And it's like, that's something that only masters do. I mean, you can definitely do it at any level, obviously, but like, you only see people making music and having like walls of synths that are like patch walls and everything when they know what they're doing, because why would you spend that much money on all of this equipment if you didn't? Like, if you didn't already have your success, why would you spend all that time and all that money getting all that set up just to utilize it for other stuff? Usually people would just stick with using a DAW, you know? It's not something that you see too often anymore, and the people who do it are usually people who have been around for a very long time and started there and are comfortable there, but also love to experiment with new sounds and has all these options in front of them, and they can always add to that by adding more bays and adding more patches, because it's basically completely scaleless. You can do whatever you want as long as you've got enough room to plug something in. And at that point, you might as well just buy a new house. You know, like if you're getting that good to where you can afford all of this, you might as well. So like, have you seen deadmau5's house, for example? Jesus Christ. Like, that's the level I'm talking about. And Taishi seems to at least have a bay. So like, at very least, multiple things that were clearly plugged together. And it's not just, you know, like a few things on a desk somewhere. While that's definitely a good place to start, this guy has been around for a while doing this. He knows what he's doing. And I can feel that creativity in his music. Even before I saw that on his Twitter, I was like, okay, well, what's going on? Like, why does this sound so creative and free? And it sounds like there's new sounds I haven't heard before, probably because there is. Stuff that's like synthetic like this, stuff that you can truly just modulate to the nth degree, you could do whatever you want, and it's always going to sound a little bit different because what you use is never going to be the exact same setup that somebody else with those exact same options will put together. The dials will be just a little bit different at minimum. So it's like, that's what I'm hearing here. There's such a creative freedom to his work and the directions this song was taking and the layering he was doing with even the vocals and stuff. It's like, this is stuff I haven't heard, or sounds that I haven't even considered being a part of this genre or within the same song of each other. And I did mention that during the reaction, that this sounded like a fusion of like the future sound and also a lot of more traditional noises in here too. And it's like, okay, that's awesome. Having that fusion will always be one of my favorite things in music in a general sense. So just hearing somebody really have fun with experimenting how far you can push that while also keeping a very consistent story all the the way through. I could tell where this song was going. It almost felt like a boss fight in a way. We're like, okay, let's start out small, start to scale up. Oh shit, things are getting more intense. Now we have the house drop and it's like, oh shit, that's there. I didn't know where else it was going to go, but then he added the vocals and there was just more layering and he kept properly expanding upon it instead of just stopping and getting capped off somewhere by creativity, because that happens a lot. People will stop, and sometimes you do need to. Obviously, when you're making something, you need to know when to stop. But he found his peak somewhere near the end and decided that's going to be the end of the song. Cool, you know, but it's the fact that it kept scaling and it felt like it was never going to stop. The intensity of the song continued to build on itself. And again, the sounds he was choosing to do, these weird effects he was adding, these different noise oscillations that were happening in here. Every single verse had something slightly different that he was adding or tweaking to make sound like it was coming from somewhere else or going somewhere else. And it's like, what the fuck? You know, like, so that's why I got curious, because I wanted to see what else he's been doing. And I didn't expect to see a patch wall, so now it makes full sense. This guy is just a fucking god. Not a false god, an actual god. Taishi, holy shit. What a fucking composer. What an absolute mad lad of somebody who just knows what they're doing and is able to put all that into a work. And this is such a cool sound. And I love that I get to hear more Taishi, because it's just not a name that ever really comes up in my executive producer list. And those are usually the only times I get to different producers that aren't my regular scheduled stuff for like gacha game music, because that's all fun and cool and great and awesome. I love it too. But like once in a while, you're like, man, I would really love to hear more, but I can't find the time in my schedule to do it. That's why we have people like Yakubu who throw in something like this from somebody that I'm vaguely familiar with and excites me even more about the potential of their music and their career and where that could go, and I just love this shit. I didn't talk about music theory much in this because there really wasn't much to say. It was all about Taishi's creativity and how that expanded into this beautiful soundscape that we got to hear. So that's what I'm excited about. So that's what I talked about. If you have any other songs you want me to get to from Taishi, let me know. I'm sure Yakubu will see it. We might get another one in the queue from them. I'm not sure. But leave a comment down below with your favorites and maybe Yakubu will see it and go, ooh, yeah, that one next. Or if you want to guarantee one yourself, you can always go to my Patreon or my YouTube memberships. There's a tier where you can force me to listen to whatever you want. Doesn't matter who it's by, what it's from, if it's good or bad, none of that matters. That's why it's a guarantee. But if you don't want to do any of that and you just want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!